Hello. So if you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you may have seen that I've posted a visual all about core needs. Now, the more I look into this and the more that I dig deeper and not only self-analyse, but also with working with other people, I can really see how this can affect everything. It's a game changer. And core needs are basically the things that your ego, your brain will constantly look to fulfill. And there are 6 core needs, so there's quite a few, but 4 tend to be more relevant when it comes to weight loss. So what could be a huge game changer for you is working out which one is your most significant core need. Most people have 1 or 2. So number 1 is certainty. So certainty is basically that control. You like to follow things, you like to have a plan of action, you like to be able to know that you're in your comfort zone, you feel like you've got a plan and you just like that routine. So for example, you could do something like Slimming World. So you could be like, right, I know it inside out, like the back of my hand. So if anything ever triggers me, or if I ever have a situation where I'm not sure what to do and I start to panic because I don't feel like I'm in control, I'll just revert back to Slimming World because that's what I've always done and that's what I always know. Or you could use it as an example in the gym. So, you know, I like body combat, I like body pump, it's not outside my comfort zone, I know exactly what to do, I walk in, I set everything up perfectly, and I just don't want to try anything else because I'm certain that I'm going to enjoy that sort of thing. And it's also thinking about in life, you know, if your ego or if your brain, however you want to look at it, if your ego thinks that something is going to threaten your happiness or threaten you, then it'll react in a certain way to preserve your certainty. And this is the same in relationships, this is the same in business, it's the same in everything, but we're using it in terms of weight loss and fat loss, toning, etc., whatever terminology you would like to use. So are you thinking, yeah, that sounds like me, I do like certainty and I like to know where I stand and where I am? Or you might be the complete opposite and yours might be the second one, which is uncertainty. So basically you like to be spontaneous. The thought of having the same routine all the time makes your ego freak out and makes you go completely the opposite way and self-sabotage or abandon any action plan that you set for yourself. And in life, obviously, uncertainty and spontaneity can show up in lots of different ways. So you might be the sort of person that like leaves everything to the last minute and you book a holiday on a whim and you just go because that's what you enjoy. That is one of your core needs, is to feel like you haven't got a boring, mundane routine. Even though it's not boring and mundane sometimes to have a routine, but that's how you see it. So your core need is to have that spontaneity, that flexibility when it comes to food. So if you use something like intuitive eating, calorie counting, where there's a bit more flexibility, where you don't have to follow a strict plan every single day, where you can go with the flow a little bit more, you might prefer that. Or you might like to just eat and drink as you go. You don't particularly like to plan, you don't particularly like to have it all mapped out in front of you. You're not meticulous when it comes to stuff like that. You want to feel like you've got a bit of freedom still, and that's absolutely fine too. So, number 3 is significance. Now, significance is a really interesting one as well. So if you like significance, you like to have external validation. So you like to maybe get the awards, and you might like to be, you know, Slimmer of the Week if you're looking at it in terms of Slimmer World. You might like the accolade, the praise. You might be the sort of person that likes to put stuff on social media and get loads of praise back, like, wow, oh my God, you're doing amazing. You like to be seen, you like to be heard, and you like to feel significant, feel like you're valued, or, you know, you're making a difference, if you like. So for you, your core need is to just feel that you matter and that you're making some sort of difference to yourself. So if significance is one of your core needs, you like to feel important, you like to feel that you're unique, you don't fit into a mold, you like to feel validated, you like to feel needed, you like external rewards such as like certificates and things like that in group, and you just want to feel seen, heard, listened to. You want your achievements to be recognised, so that could potentially be one of your core needs. And then the fourth one, which, as I said, the first four tend to be more relevant to weight loss, is love and connection. So you love to be loved, you love to receive love, you love to give love, and if you think about it, sometimes that might be to your own detriment. So you could be a little bit of a people pleaser, you could say yes to things that might be affecting your weight loss even though they don't align with your goals, or you just love doing things for others, so you just crave that connection and that love, and that's something that's really, really important to you. That is one of your core needs. And then the final two, which don't really go hand in hand with weight loss, are growth and contribution. So you like to personally develop yourself a lot and so on. This is kind of more relevant in relationships and businesses. And then contribution, you love to give, you love to feel like you're helping people. I love that. I love contribution, but it's not really relevant to my weight loss journey. So when you're trying to lose weight and you're eating and drinking a certain way, contribution doesn't really play a part in it. So number one, certainty, feeling safe, feeling in control and creating predictability. Number two, uncertainty, so basically the opposite, flexibility, not being put in a box. Number three, significance, so being seen, being heard and being recognised for things. And number four, love and connection, so receiving love and giving love. Now once you pinpoint which one or which two are your top two core needs, this can be really, really helpful to understand sometimes why you behave around food and drink the way that you do. So if weight loss is a goal and you're struggling a little bit, next time just really stop and think about your core need. So for example, you spontaneously end up going out for a meal and one of your core needs is certainty. You look at the menu, you haven't got a clue what to order, you can freak out and your ego's like, right, okay, well, you know that you like such and such, even though that might be a really high calorie meal, so just order that. Or, you know, normally when you went into this type of restaurant, you would just order chips and a burger, so you just like, oh, just order chips and a burger, because you feel like you need some sort of control, some sort of plan that can keep that certainty fixed for you. So it might throw you off in terms of your goals just for that one meal, but that's fine. So one of the examples I used when I posted about this was, say when you were a child and one of your core needs is certainty, and basically your parents were arguing and you didn't really know what was going on, it really upset you, it triggered something in you, so your ego wanted you to feel some sort of safety, some sort of security again, so you run up to your bedroom, you shut the door and you eat loads of biscuits, and within that time, that emotional feeling, that kind of core need is satisfied, because suddenly you feel happy again, you feel satisfied and you feel a bit calmer and you feel a bit more safer. It's not really about the food. It wasn't the food. It was the emotions that triggered the food. So when you have an episode where you might just mindlessly eat, or you're in a binge, or something's going on food-wise that is not in line with your goals, there's normally an internal dialogue going on in your head. There's normally a reason where you're trying to mask something feeling threatened, which is normally one of your core needs, with food or drink. Because basically you just don't want to feel it. You want to feel good, your brain wants you to feel good, your ego wants you to feel good, and it feels threatened. Therefore then it will turn to food and drink. This isn't for everybody, this is for people that potentially struggle with their weight and they've got to try and reprogram their actions when it comes to feeling triggered. So these things happen, you feel triggered, one of your core needs is threatened, and then normally you'll go down an old route of behaviour to try and help resolve and rebalance that feeling. So does that make any sense? It's something that it's very difficult to explain in just a short video, but it was just something I wanted to verbalise, because not everybody learns from just reading things. So I wanted to just quickly explain it to you and have a little think about core needs, and have a little think about if something happens food or drink wise, is it because one of those core needs are feeling threatened? Can you resolve that without using food or drink? Or can you resolve it within your calories, within your plan, whatever it is? Or is there a better way? Can you take control in a new way? Can you change the story? Can you change the narrative? If you're feeling stressed and your certainty core need is threatened, rather than going and drinking a bottle of wine you know, we've all been there, rather than going drinking a load of wine to try and numb that feeling, is there something else that you could do that would be more productive? So yeah, just an introduction to all of this, and then we'll cover it in more detail later. Thanks for watching.